So going through the three things that I went through, the lark, the boomerang, and the forestalling, was really interesting to me, and it was really cool because I had been able to see times when I myself had performed those attributes, or kind of like defense, I guess, against a sales objection, or I had seen them in customers that I've dealt with, or being in ministry, I've seen them seen those things with parents that I deal with, like parents of students and stuff. And so the lark was really cool going through, and kind of I was able to see that, I think especially through the example that we used of an Apple employee and someone who's having problems with their phone or their computer. It's all about okay, let me take time to listen to you before I jump in and try to solve the problem without even knowing what the problem is, I think is so important. And it was cool to see how all three of them are so customer focused. It's about making sure that they're happy and they're satisfied with the decision they're making, with the product that they're choosing or the service that they're choosing. And so that was really cool to see. And the lark I think is really important because it's a taking time to listen, and then you assess what's going on, you acknowledge it, you respond, and you offer solutions. And then going through the forestalling was really cool because, again, it's so customer oriented. Of if you're upfront about what is wrong, customers are going to be more lenient when they find those problems, when they see those problems, and they're going to see that because you were upfront, you'll be more willing to fix it. And then going through the boomerang one, it's so funny of, being in retail, you're oh, I don't want to buy that because it costs too much money. Well, and it's not always the case, but from my experience, there are a few things I'm willing to spend money on because I know it's going to last longer. And so it kind of came back to me of whether I spend $5 or whether I'm spending $50. If it falls apart in 5 minutes, then there's no point in buying it. And so it was kind of interesting to see that aspect formally played out. So it was really cool to kind of go through them and grab a better understanding and a practical understanding of all three.